The Ferris State University Marching Band is making a triumphant return to campus, but they need some help from alumni, friends, and fans to make all that happen.
That's right. An upcoming fundraiser will be the cue to get the music going. Joining us now is Athletic Bands Director Dan Atwood to tell us all about it. Dan, thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. So you're getting the band back together.
We are.
Tell us about the effort there.
Yeah, well, it went away from Ferris about 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they haven't had a marching band in over 30 years. Yeah. They've had a pep band program there, so we're kind of revamping that pep band program. But the marching band will take the field for the first time in the fall of 2025. So we're very excited about that coming back to Ferris after a 30-year hiatus.
Dan, I'm curious, what led to the marching band going away 30 years ago?
It's a good question.
Because it seems like something that's almost ingrained in the college campus experience.
It is, yeah, and we had a very successful marching band program. I mean, they were one of the bands that performed at the Detroit Lions games. They performed at the inauguration for President Nixon. So they were a very successful program. But, you know, as often happens with programs, things get downsized. And I think this is just one of those things that kind of went away for a while, and now we're bringing it back.
So what was the ignition switch to saying, all right, it's time, we want to try this again, and how long has this been in the works?
I think part of it is the new president that we have, Bill Pink, has been fantastic in terms of supporting the program and helping us to get it up and running and back off the ground again. So we're very excited to have his support and the entire community. Of course, there's been a drive from the pep band students who have been there even since the marching band went away. The pep band has always been there, and those students have been pushing to try to get that program back too.
Now, what kind of work has been done? Because you just mentioned the students that were part of the pep band program have been really pushing for this marching band to come back. What type of stuff has been done trying to get that accomplished?
Yeah, so I'm going into my second year at Ferris. I was at another institution for 10 years in Pennsylvania before I came here. And so part of that process last year was to create a feasibility study that we presented to the president to make sure that we were able to have a successful program and reinstate it, and exactly what it would take. And part of that has been garnering support from the alumni that we had from 30 years ago, because some of them are still engaged, and then ordering brand new instruments, brand new uniforms, all of the equipment, just all of those pieces that have to go together too. So it's been a lot of work.
I'm getting visions of, you know, like 76 trombones and where's the band?
Where's the band?
Exactly.
You get a lot of student interest already. I imagine a lot of those pep band kids were in a marching band in high school.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So the current pep band students, they're very excited. The vast majority of them are also going to be involved in the marching band program. So they've been very vocal about trying to make sure to bring it back. We've given them some feedback too in terms of looking at uniforms and getting their feedback on what we're doing.
Now, what kind of music are we looking to play with the new marching band? Because it's not just the instruments, getting the students involved. It's planning what are they going to be playing. We got to start practicing to keep them involved.
Yeah, so part of our purpose for the marching band is to create that college game day atmosphere. You know, that's a huge part of going to any football game. And of course, we have a great football team at Ferris. And so part of what we'll be doing is playing music that is kind of leading up to that excitement and game day atmosphere. So you're not going to hear a lot of Bach or Beethoven or that type of thing. You're going to hear upbeat, fun, popular music. So.
Gotcha.
And I understand too, you've had kind of some musical selections based on some of your interactions with some of the big names in music that we may know and love from history too.
Yeah, so I've not only been blessed with a good career in terms of education, but I also have a performance career as well. And so this Sunday, coming up at Ferris State University in Williams Auditorium, we're going to present a rock and roll concert that's going to feature some of the music faculty. And I've had an opportunity over the years to perform with a lot of groups that were famous from the early days of rock and roll. Groups like a little known group that got their start here in Michigan called the Temptations.
Oh yeah, I think I might have heard of them.
Yeah, a couple people may have heard of them, but I performed with the Temptations 4 times over the course of my career, and just a lot of groups that were famous from the early days.
The Monkees, I heard, was on the list.
I performed with the Monkees, the Del Vikings, the Contours, the Times, the Vogues, just many, many different groups. And so on Sunday, we're going to kind of take a walk down memory lane and perform a lot of that music. It's going to be a very interactive concert, so we're going to have some photos up that people will see backstage with some of those artists, and then we're going to perform the songs that those people made famous.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a little walk down memory lane, but we want people to just come, have a good time, have fun. It is a fundraiser for the marching band program to help offset the costs in bringing that program back, but it's only $5 for community members to come to that show. It'll be about a 90-minute show. And so we want you to come, like I said, have a good time. We don't want you to come and sit on your hands, you know,
Yeah.
come and dance if you want to, get up and have a good time, sing along. It's going to be a lot of music that people will recognize from maybe back in the day, but also things that are used all the time in commercials and TV shows and movies.
Oh, I bet.
So-
They're classics. The classics for a reason. Now, if someone doesn't have the ability to come out to the event, how else could they potentially help, Dan?
Yeah, so all you have to do is go to our website through our advancement office. There's a link there that says Donate Now, and there will be a drop-down menu. All you have to do is indicate that you want your donation to go directly to the marching band, and that will go directly to us to help offset the cost of many of those things that we talked about, the instruments that we have to buy, the uniforms, and the other equipment that's needed. We have color guard with flags and silks and poles and all of those things. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So if people want to donate, just go to that website, click on Donate Now, and just put the indication in there that you want it to go to the marching band.
Perfect.
I want to end again on the details of the time and place this weekend, but also just lastly, what's been the most challenging part of this, taking on this enormous challenge 30 years after it went away?
Yeah, I think right now the biggest challenge is where are we putting everything? That's the biggest challenge. You know, once these uniforms come in and the instruments, just looking for storage space for all of these. So we're going to have some areas, I think, across campus where some of those things will be stored. But as I said, the community support, the support from people at the university, that has just been fantastic. So they've made all of those challenges well worth the effort that we're putting in.
It seems the entire community wants a marching band back at Ferris State.
Yeah, very
Right,
much.
so you'll have the piccolos, the uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
It's
down.
funny you're mentioning the Music Man because that's actually how I got my start in the performance world. I was cast as one of the members of the school board quartet in the Music
Perfect.
Man, and that's where I got my love of a cappella music, and that
that's
led
great.
into then performing with all these groups. So very fitting.
Yeah, my favorite as well. All right, so tell us again, time and place, how we show up for tickets.
So this Sunday, Williams Auditorium on the campus of Ferris State University, 2 o'clock p.m., $5 for community members. Any student, high school student or college student, if you want to come to that, all you have to do is show your student ID, and it's any donation amount you want to give for students. So if you want to throw $1, and it's $1 for students. Community members is $5. If you want to, you can go to ferris.edu/Williams, and that will also be a link there that you can purchase tickets online, or you can just buy them directly at the door too.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That's great. Well, Dan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very
so
much.
much for
Absolutely.
coming
Thank
in.
you for having me.
Best of luck, and make sure you let us know next fall when you're getting ready to go.
Yes, please.
We can come back and visit you guys in person.
Wonderful. We'll do that.